This tutorial will show steps to generating classes and lessons with the Classroom Performance System. The Classroom Performance System is a fun and easy way to integrate technology into lessons. First, you will need to download the software CD. Then, we will create databases, classes, assign student remotes, and create lessons together. Once you have downloaded the software CD, locate the CPS icon on your desktop. Double-click to open. The first step to starting using your CPS software is to create a new database. To do so, you will need to click on File, New Database, and select the database name. For this, I'm going to select 2011 through 2012 school year. However, you can name yours according to your preferences and needs. Once you have selected your name, click Save. And now your database will be created. Once you have named your database, you will now need to create classes. To do so, you will need to select the Prepare tab at the top of the screen. Next, select Classes and Students. Under Classes and Students, you will see New, select New, Class, and the new class wizard will appear. For my preferences, I'm going to choose K through 12 and click Next. And it has already stored my teacher name, so now I need to name my class. I usually like to name my classes according to blocks or periods, so I would probably name my first class First Block. However, your options are completely up to you and what would work best for your classes. Once you have named your class, you click Next. Then again, select Next just to say that you would like to save, and click Done, and you will see that your first block class is now created. The next step would be to add students to that class. So make sure that you've highlighted first block, and then click New Student. The new student options will appear on the right hand side. This is where you can start typing in your names on your roster. I like to type in my names according to ABC order. My first name would be, let's say first name, John. Next, last name, Anderson. And the system will generate a pad ID or remote ID number for the student automatically. So John Anderson's pad ID or remote ID would be 1. Then there's an option for a student number. You can choose the student's gender, male, the student's ethnicity, and you can check if the student is economically disadvantaged. So now I have one student in my class. I want to keep adding students so that all the students in my roster will be listed. So again, I would make sure I highlight first block, click New Student, and your second student will appear. My second student is Megan Cole. Again, the system will automatically generate her pad ID. Now the other options of student number and gender, those are totally up to you whether you want to use those or not. Those are not required in order to create a student's pad number. So now I have John Anderson and Megan Cole. Again, select first block, New Student, and my next student, Mason Davis. And the pad ID number for him, or remote control number, is pad ID 3. Now, on your keyboard, you can also just hit Enter, and the Enter will actually make a new student. So, let's see, Kelly, last name is Finn, pad ID 4. Enter again, makes another student. Molly Hodges, and enter. Now you will continue to do this until you have all the students on your roster listed. Then your first block has been created. Now that I have created my first block, I would like to create a class for my second block. So I'll go New Class. Again, you'll go through the new class wizard options, K-12. For this class name, I'm going to type in second block. And again, it's up to you what you would like to name your classes. It's whatever works best for you and your class. And next, I'm done. Now on the screen I can see first block and second block. So second block, I would again make sure I highlight second block, new, student, and this is where I could start typing in the new students for my second block. Now that your classes are created, you are one step closer to using your CPS. However, you will need to create lessons for student involvement. Staying under the Prepare tab, you will need to click Lessons and Assessments. Under Lessons and Assessments, you will see the name of the database in which we created earlier. Highlight the name of the database and select New Lesson. The Lesson Attributes window will pop up where you will see a title and description options. The title of my lesson is going to be Jumanji Vocabulary Quiz. Now you can choose to type in a description or an identifier, but again, those are just options that are left up to you. I usually just type in the title of mine and select OK. On my screen, I will see that my vocabulary quiz lesson has been created. So make sure that you highlight or select the Jumanji vocabulary quiz and click New Question. On the top, you will see that the question author will pop up to allow you to start creating your questions for your lesson. So this is question 1 for my Jumanji vocabulary quiz. You will see different options. These are the number of answers that you would like to provide, maybe A through E. I usually do the MC4, which is, just the standard A, B, and C options. And here I would type in my definition, perfect or pure. And then I would start typing in my answers. My words could either be gasp, opera, absolute, or monsoon. On the side of the options, you see a box. This box enables you to check. The correct answer would be C, absolute. So I'm going to make sure that I put my check mark to tell the system that C is my correct option. Now I'm going to select Save, or there is a button for Save and Next. If you click Save and Next, it will save question 1 and take you to, as you see, question 2. I would type in my next definition, which is sharp breaths of air, and I will type my options. This could be gasp, monsoon, opera, or stampede. Again, you will need to make sure you put the check mark next to the correct answer. The correct answer is A, gasp. This allows the CPS system to know which answer is correct when your students are answering with their remotes. Again, click the Next or the Save and Next button, and you can type in your third definition. A sudden rush of panic-stricken animals. My options for this are instructions, monsoon, stampede, and gasp. For this question, my correct answer is C, so I would click C. And now I've actually finished creating my Jumanji vocabulary quiz, so I would go to Save, Save and Close. On my database, now you will see that Jumanji vocabulary quiz is now created. This vocabulary quiz would now be ready to use with your students. You can continue creating lessons by selecting your database and clicking New Lesson. Let's say maybe I was going to do a parts of speech quiz review and select OK. Now that you have learned how to use the CPS tools, you can create many diverse lessons and store them on your database. In review, always remember to save your database and use the Prepare tab to generate classes, add new students, create lessons, and add new questions to those lessons. Always save your classes and your lessons when you are finished.